On today's programme, we discover how 3 exclusive opportunities can kickstart your career in scoring, how 1 year in Dublin can transfer into 1 month in Hollywood, the difference between a leap and a dart, and why mortarboards are flying high over St Patrick's Cathedral. But first, Artistic Director Derek Gleeson.
The MA is a 1-year programme. The first 2 semesters are taught semesters, and the 3rd semester is a master's thesis. It's very important that the students develop a portfolio whilst they're here. So we have a number of recording sessions with smaller ensembles growing to a large ensemble of a 110-piece symphony orchestra, which actually happens in Sofia, Bulgaria. In today's world, a composer hasn't just got to be good at doing the orchestration and writing for the orchestra. He also has to be in command of the technology. And this is now a marriage between technology and music skills. And they both are equally weighted. We put a lot of emphasis on technology here because when the composer walks out the door, what they've got to be able to do is marry the compositional skills with the technology and be a producer, a music producer of their own compositions. That's what they're trained to do at Pulse. You can find great examples of our students' compositions on the Pulse College website. Just go there and follow the links.
Studying abroad is an amazing opportunity, and joining me today are 4 of our current students on the Master's programme, international students who are going to tell us a little bit about how they are enjoying studying in Dublin. Please welcome.
I'm Rafaelia from Greece.
I'm Connor from Northern Ireland.
I'm Grant from South Africa.
I'm Alex from Singapore.
Grant, tell me a little bit about finding accommodation. What was it like, your journey? I know you came over with your father. Tell me a bit about how you found accommodation and how it turned out.
Yeah, so we began the process about a year ago, and in the December when we got accepted and all that. And from then we already started looking for accommodation. I think it's really important to start as early as possible because the market here is obviously quite saturated with a lot of students at the moment and all that. After about 6 months of looking, we were still having quite a bit of trouble, but thankfully I've got a godfather who lives in the country, and he pointed us in the direction of a place south of here, and we were lucky enough to, when we came here, for about a week before the course started, just to go in, and everything was sorted from that perspective. But I must say that the earlier that you can come to Ireland, and even if it's for a week or so, a couple of months before, or just a month before the actual course starts and stuff, that's obviously the best thing you can do. There's a lot of time and effort that goes into finding a place. But yeah, as long as you start early, there's lots of places to find and stuff.
So the key message is starting early, research early, and making sure that you give yourself plenty of time to discover somewhere to stay.
Exactly.
Connor, how did you get on when you first arrived? You've come from Northern Ireland. How do you find studying in Dublin?
Dublin's a great city. There's lots happening all the time. There's concerts every week. There's various festivals that run through, like the Dublin Film Festival and the Fringe Festival, etc. For me personally, being on the film scoring masters, the RT orchestra do accompanying with the movies. Yeah. So, for example, you go see the film and the music from the movie is live with the orchestra. So, a week or 2 ago, we seen Star Trek.
Great.
Over in the theater, just 5 minutes away from here, with the full orchestra live, and that was an incredible experience. So, it complements what you do every day, and you can go and experience it live at night. It's perfect combination.
That's a lovely analogy, that you have a nice complement with live music here in Dublin.
Yeah.
Rafa, what's the leap and what's the dart? What are they?
You can get a leap card.
Okay.
For every kind of transportation in Dublin.
Yes.
So that is very handy, because in other cities of other European countries, there's no such thing. So here it was pretty handy, because you can get also a student leap card, which is like with some discount. So that's that's good for students. Come here for the first time. It's really helpful. So you can get a dart, a bus, and a Lewis. To Pulse College, you can take all 3 of them, and you can have a discount for it with one card.
So we're quite well communicated. Alex, you've come from Singapore.
Yeah.
What have you seen culturally that's been different for you in Dublin?
Actually, it's not that much different. I mean, it's multi-cultural.
Sure.
There's a lot of things happening, and people are what do you call that, comfortable
Yes.
with everyone over
Yeah.
here. And I would say that actually there's not much difference actually.
How do you find the people in Dublin? Are they
Oh,
gracious
dear.
and welcoming?
Yes, they are very gracious. They are welcoming. They are very friendly. I remember while we were hunting for accommodation,
Yes.
and I mean we were like lost,
Yeah.
and we just asked for direction, and the person just said, "Why don't I just drive you there?" Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Super hospitality.
Really? Yes.
That's exciting.
I
That's
thought
really
great.
generous.
Yes, yes.
Amazing. Connor, I'd like to ask you about studying in Dublin in terms of the libraries that we've used, because you have access to a network of libraries. I
Yeah.
know you're quite keen on, and you've been to some of them. Tell me a bit
Yeah.
about the network for the library service that we offer that helps you study here in Dublin.
Yeah, I think once you register with the DIT and
Yep.
you've got your card and your
Who are
your
our
email address.
accreditation organisation, Dublin Institute of Technology.
Yeah, so as soon as you've done all the paperwork and
Yep.
it's all legit, you can essentially go to any library
Including
in
Trinity.
the city,
Yeah.
including, I think it's the biggest library in Europe. I think, and they have, if there's not a book there that you can't find,
Yeah.
they'll get it for you
Yes.
essentially. And they have trucks that come in every day.
Yeah.
So your order, I think, is a 24-hour turnaround.
Yeah.
So if you order on the Wednesday, it'll be there for you on the Thursday. You don't have to, wait for it or go online to try and get a copy somewhere else. It's really hands on. And the only thing about the Trinity Library is you can't take books out
Okay.
as a
The reference books.
Yeah, so you have to go there inside. But you have all the scores. You've got obscure scores that you might not necessarily find anywhere else,
Yeah.
or you might have to pay a lot of money to get them.
Yeah.
And they have got fantastic resources for everything that you need.
That's super. I thought it was a really exciting opportunity when I read about that when
Yeah.
we first started.
Yeah.
Grant, tell me about setting a bank account, getting a phone number, these fundamentals that you don't think about really until you arrive. I know we've spoke about them in our Preparing for Pulse series, but how was it for you to set up a bank account and find a phone number and get some functionality?
Well, I think it's the first thing that you should do when you come here, because we experienced it, all of us. There's this kind of circle of, if you have this but you don't have that, then you can't do this,
Okay.
and so on and so forth. So there's a bank, there's a couple of banks right close to Pulse here.
Yep.
A lot of us went to Bank of Ireland,
Yes.
which is basically just down the road at the Grand Canal Dock. Going in there is very simple, very easy. There's student accounts. You can set it up as long as you've got a place that you've found stay accommodation and all that. As long as you've got that, you can set up a bank account straight away, and they'll hook you up with internet banking on the same day and all that sort of thing. So that's
Fantastic.
So that's really great. From a cell phone point of view, a lot of us went with 3 Mobile.
Yes.
They've got a prepaid SIM card for, I think it's €20 a month.
Okay.
Unlimited internet, as much as you want. They've got coverage everywhere, and it's one of the cheapest ones around. And a lot of us use it just as our normal internet connection with our Wi-Fi and stuff, because it's very, very fast. So yeah, I would recommend that. But there's always there's Vodafone, there's all the others, and you can obviously shop around for that. There's stores all over the place.
Okay. Good. So planning and preparation, again, very important, which we cover in Preparing for Pulse. I remember some of the alumni students advising us on those things.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
exciting. Now, Rafaela, talking of live music, you've just completed last week a 29-piece recording
Oh, yeah.
here in the legendary Windmill Lane Studios upstairs, the fantastic studio we have up there. What was it like?
It was a great experience. Actually, most of us didn't have that opportunity before. So we were really, really excited, even stressed out, because we had for the first time to prep,
Yes.
like in a real situation,
Yeah.
for 29 musicians.
Yes.
And it was really, really good for us, I think.
Yes.
And also we had to deal with sound engineers, the score supervisor, even Derek Gleeson, the conductor.
Yes.
Yeah. Which
So-
actually I haven't experienced ever before, just watching my cue, like,
Yeah.
yeah, and
So getting a very good understanding of the process,
yeah.
working from the booth right in through the
Yeah,
orchestra.
yeah, yeah.
Connor, how did you feel about that?
You have to know what it is that you want. You know, there's no one's going to answer that question for you. So, you know, if it comes from the outside, the violinist puts their hand up and says, you know, and it did happen, you know, and say, I'm not 100% sure what you mean with this section here. That gets relayed back to the score supervisor in the booth, and then he turns to you and says, you know, what do you mean? And, you know, so you have to really be on your game, you know. So, and you're up to 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning the night before, you know, preparing everything. So, really, it's extremely representative of the world, that, you know, of the real life situation that you're in every day.
Fantastic. Alex, let me ask you a little bit about the quality of the musicianship that you had last week on the 29 piece. What was it like? Was it like hearing your music being interpreted by 29 players?
Yes, I mean, it's a wonderful experience. They are really good and great. And I remember because when I was composing for my piece, normally I would do a mock-up on Logic, but I didn't, and I went straight into Sibelius. And Sibelius doesn't have that nice sound, so it's like I'm trying to imagine what I'm hearing from them.
Yes.
And when they played, man, it's more than what I imagined. It's totally great.
That's beautiful. That's amazing. Grant, what was it like working in the booth? You've got some amazing people in there. I know you're working with Antonio and Debbie. Tell me about the support that you got and the vibe in the booth.
You've got world-class support. Everyone's been working at this for at least 30 years or something like that, you know. And when you're sitting next to Antonio and you're sitting next to Debbie, I feel all of us had this sort of wing over our shoulder sort of thing, you know, where you feel you're allowed to make mistakes, and they're going to be there to help you out and get through them and all that sort of thing. And Derek Gleeson obviously being inside conducting and all that, and just watching him and listening to how he speaks to the players and the way that they sort out problems and stuff gives you so much more than you could get in a book or something like that, or just the way that they handle problems. Especially Antonio being the supervisor, going through your score and translating with everyone. There's a huge communication network, which I didn't necessarily kind of grasp until I was in that situation. I didn't realize how intense that sort of backward and forward communication can be.
Plenty of support, and you felt comfortable in the environment.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
Alex, what was it like working with Christopher Young, who joins the program, visiting tutor Christopher Young, back in mid-October? How was that experience working with the visiting tutor Chris Young?
I think when he was here for a week, I think it was the absolute best experience that I have so far. And I mean, I have some experience writing for films, but when I went through the week and the one-on-one sessions with him, he really pinpointed, you know, and gave me a direction, you know. So, and I thought that's really great, and that's what we are here for, you know, to learn more, to really take what they can offer. I think that's very important.
Very true. Grant, are you looking forward to meeting Gary Shyman, who's joining us?
I'm a massive fan of his work.
You're a big gamer?
Yeah, I love playing games. I've been playing them since I was young. I played through BioShock, and that was obviously his sort of thing. So there's coming from the Christopher Young experience, and just how that was working with just spending time with a world-class composer. I can imagine that would translate to any one of the number of people that we get to see: Gary Shyman, Andy Hill, Andre Pope, and all that. But yeah, I'm especially excited for Gary Shyman, because I would love to compose for video games one day. And he does a really, really great job of it.
He does indeed. Rafaela, how are you looking forward to working with Andy Hill?
Oh, yeah, I think we all are really excited.
He'll be joining us in January, I think the end of January 30th, a couple of weeks.
I think it's going to be like more intensive than Christopher Young, because he's going to have more days with us. So and more orchestration, more like composition tips, because he has great experience.
And of course, Andy was a former VP over at Disney for many, many years. So what do you think he's going to bring to that particular class for you?
I mean, Grant is right, because all these people come with loads of experience, and only talking with them for life matters, and not only for composition or music stuff. It's really life-changing for me, actually. It was, yeah. Even with Christopher Young, it was really like the best experience of my life. So I expect that Andy Hill would be something like that.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
And finally, Conor, of course, Conrad Pope will be joining us towards the end of April, May.
Yeah.
For your orchestration to the 110-piece supporting you on that. How are you looking forward to that?
You know, the preparation ideas are actually being given to us this week.
Right.
You know, so
Really?
the lectures, the composition lectures and the orchestration lectures are saying, like, now in November is the time to be anticipating the arrival of Conrad Pope. You know, you need to be thinking well in advance in anticipation for him arriving. You can't be starting this work 2 or 3 weeks before.
Sure.
Because he is on such a different level, and he functions at, you know, your game has to be so high, and you have to be so prepared to even consider him. For him to even give you, you know, 5 minutes of his time, you have to be so prepared, or else you're not gonna even get, you know, any sort of real, you know, what he can do for you. We're thinking about these things now, and you know, this is he eats, sleeps, and breathes this stuff, you know. And we had Christo Pavlov at the beginning of the year, and you know, so he's given us the European idea of orchestration and how the European guys expect scores to be delivered, and now Conrad will be giving us the American side.
It's exciting.
You know, so fantastic.
So, and of course, you guys had the opportunity to meet Conrad almost 6 months before you joined. Do you remember? We did Preparing for Pulse. We had a live Q&A. And literally, he'll be here in a few months' time. So, Alex, do you think you'll be ready for that excitement?
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah?
I hope so.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much to everyone in there. And now let's take a look at St. Patrick's Cathedral Day ceremony.
From the United States.
Hi, I'm Sidao from Singapore.
Hi, I'm Sigrid Haugen from Norway.
Welcome, guys. Congratulations. You've all graduated. I'm very pleased to see you all. I'm very proud of you all. Steve, tell us a bit about the ceremony. What was it like for you?
It was amazing. St. Patrick's Cathedral, right? It's such a wonderful church, I think. And just sitting there, we just kind of realizing, we completed our thesis. I mean, we completed the master's, basically. So now we're graduates. And what are we going to do now?
Yeah. Sigrid, now you didn't go home. You're from Norway, but you didn't go home. You're still living in Dublin. What was the preparation for the ceremony like for you at St. Patrick's Cathedral? It's an amazing venue.
It was really nice, and it's nice to see the Irish culture as well, and to see how it is to graduate in Ireland. And we got really nice robes, and you could see all of the other classes. You can see the bachelor students, the master students, and the whole graduation is basically a big step forwards towards the future.
Absolutely.
Which I'm looking forward to. So
wonderful. Robbie, how was it for you? How did it differ from your expectations?
Well, first of all, it was the venue, St. Patrick's. Very huge cathedral. It's the first time I've ever been into that one.
Right.
That along with Christchurch, like that one's probably seems to have the most history, it seems like, with all the artwork you see in the National Gallery. It's just of that cathedral. It looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
When you go in there, you feel the history and how it all just comes together in there, and it's just beautiful with all the robes and everything. And compared to graduations like where I'm from, probably others, it's very short and to the point, and it was so nice and smooth. It was very, very cool.
Wonderful. So good. Were you nervous? Were you excited going up onto the podium and accepting your award, or did you feel a sense of accomplishment? How did you feel?
I think a sense of accomplishment in a way.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool as well, because in Norway we don't have something like that.
Okay.
So to go there in Ireland and just, I got this Harry Potter feeling. You never get that in Norway.
That's wonderful.
It's a little bonus.
And Robbie, how was it for you, shaking hands and getting accepted? Did you feel again, a sense of accomplishment? Was it something
a
that
lot.
you felt?
It was great, especially doing it from another country.
Yeah.
It's another sense of accomplishment. You went to another country, you made it through that,
Well
you
done.
did everything right, and getting the diploma is just
Yeah.
big weight off your shoulders because you know it's done. You have to worry about it anymore.
See, how are you coping now after graduation? Does it give you a sense of credence, a sense of...
Oh, definitely.
Yeah?
I mean, you know, doing the masters has given myself so much confidence.
Yeah.
And I think because we're doing so much analysis and writing throughout the year,
Yeah.
there's a lot more confidence in myself as well. And I'm going to actually head up an arts non-profit organization
Yes.
based in Singapore. And yeah, things are going to be really exciting. You know,
Wonderful.
For the future. Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
inspiring.
yeah.
Robbie, what does it mean to you to have graduated?
Well, it just means the world because it means everything came together in a way. And the most interesting part is during the year and even when you're done, you don't realize how much you improved until you actually look back.
Yeah.
And even before graduation, like for me, things started happening, whether it's working for a library or having
Yes.
some connection to a video game company in London
Right.
and things like that. It's not even just the graduation where things start happening and like being with the class and with these guys.
Yeah.
You learn so much and have all these different ideas
Yeah.
that can help you not even after the year, but even before you graduate, just to get a good head start.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just amazing.
I'm really pleased. Thank you very much all for joining us. Opportunity 1. Applications are now open. If you apply early, are accepted, and deposit before December 31st, 2016, you will receive 1 month free at the Hollywood Composers Residency in Los Angeles after graduation. Opportunity 2. Early applicants have exclusive access to the Christopher Young Scholarship, which will be awarded to one student who has been accepted and deposited before December 31st, 2016. Opportunity 3. All accepted applicants who apply and deposit by December 31st, 2016 will have the opportunity to meet Conrad Pope at a live online event to talk about orchestration prior to coming onto the program, as well as all the events that we run in preparing for Pulse series. That's it from us today. Thank you very much for joining us. If you want to find out more about the one-year Masters program, please visit our website, www.pulsecollege.eu, and indeed visit our SoundCloud account to hear some amazing music from our alumni family. Thank you very much. See you next time.